The chairman, Royal Nairobi Golf Club, Mr. Bernard Mwaura. The KGU chairman, Mr. Peter Kiguru. Visiting club chairman, visiting club captains, RNGC directors present, other KGU officials in the house, team managers, team coaches, our tournament referees, the Tannahill Tournament Committee, Jamii Telcom, our title sponsor, represented here by the CEO and chairman, Mr. C.K. Joshua, our sponsors, members, guests, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the conclusion of the Tannahill Shield 2022. We had a total of 9 teams participating. Just for the records, we had Vet Lab Sports Club. We had Karen Country Club. We had Sigona Golf Club. We had Limuru Country Club, Mombasa Golf Club, Western Kenya, Kenya Railway Golf Club, Muthaiga Golf Club, and the hosts, Royal Nairobi Golf Club. So, gentlemen, let me introduce myself again. My name is Stanley Kirui, and I shall be your MC for today. At this juncture, let's be all upstanding for the chairman of Royal Nairobi Golf Club. Please charge your glass. The chairman of Royal Nairobi Golf Club is going to propose the loyal toast.
To the president. To the President of the Republic of Kenya. Please be seated. Tannahill Shield participants, invited guests, good afternoon. A very warm welcome to the Tannahill Shield luncheon and prize giving ceremony. This marks the end of the golfing extravaganza that we have had this Tannahill week. I am sure that you've all enjoyed yourself. You've had a great time, whether as a player, a spectator, or a guest of Royal Nairobi Golf Club. My heartfelt congratulations to all the clubs for honoring our invitation to this tournament. We are conscious of the effort it takes to send a team here, both in terms of time spent, commitment, resources, and I can assure you that we are very grateful that you have taken the time to come here and accepted our invitation. This year, you have had to contend with the Junior Tannahill Shield, the Senior Tannahill Shield, and the Tannahill Shield. Obviously, this has taken a great effort on your parts in terms of training the teams, financing the teams, and bringing them here. I want you to know that as Royal Nairobi Golf Club, we truly appreciate this effort, and we are greatly honored to host you. Thank you. My congratulations to all the players for having been selected to represent your clubs. I am sure that I speak for all the members of the various clubs when I say that as members of our clubs, we are truly grateful for the effort that you put in from the time you start practicing, the hours you put in practicing, and the effort that you put in on the course. We have followed you, we have seen you playing, and we know that you gave your all. Asante sana to the players. As we sit in this room today, we are part of a tradition that goes back 98 years. From very humble beginnings as a casual competition over the Easter weekend, the Tannahill Shield has grown into the premier amateur tournament in Kenya, in the region, and probably in most of Africa. This growth has been occasioned by the competitive spirit amongst the various participating clubs. We have seen the top-class golfing that was on display this weekend. I mean, you don't have to tune in into, is it called DSTV this week? What we have witnessed here is up on that level. But more than the golfing, there's also the camaraderie between the players. You will find that in this week, you get to meet members from other clubs, you get to interact with other players, and out of this, deep friendships are formed, and that is also part of the Tannahill tradition. So as you sit in this room, be assured that you are privileged to have added to the rich history of this event by your participation, both on the course and off the course. We are very happy to note that only one team this year did not have a Junior Tannahill team. We look forward to teams, all the teams fielding a Junior Tannahill team next year. Tannahill Shield has greatly benefited the country in terms of golf development, in the sense that all the clubs look for talented players in their clubs, they nurture them, they train them, so that they can participate and represent their clubs in this tournament. That in itself has greatly enhanced the golf quality in our country. Once we have a bigger Junior Tannahill tournament, as we've done, this is the 5th Junior Tannahill tournament, the bigger it gets, the more we are promoting the golf in the country. I think anybody who watched the Junior Tannahill Shield will have no doubt that in the next few years, a Kenyan is going to win the Kenya Open. This year was also special in another way. We had the inaugural Senior Tannahill Shield. This is part of our effort as a club to enhance and enrich this tournament and allow more members of the various clubs to be a part of this great tradition that you share in today. It was a very successful Senior Tannahill Shield, and I can assure you next year it will be back bigger and better. As we come up to the 100th edition of the Tannahill Shield in 3 years' time, we are, as a club, fully committed to improving and growing every aspect of this event, both on and off the course, to ensure that all members of every club have a truly memorable experience when they are a part of this event. But one thing I want to emphasize is that as Royal Nairobi Golf Club, we are great respecters of tradition. This club has been in existence for 115 years. This is the 97th edition of the Tannahill Shield. We are cognizant of the fact that what we have today is a result of a long and rich history. And even as we improve the tournament, I can guarantee you that we shall remain true to the traditions that have brought us to where we are now. There is one team that I want to mention. This is a team that is very committed to Tannahill Shield. They practice hard. They make noise the whole year. More often than not, they are successful on the course. And that team is Muthaiga Golf Club. Muthaiga, the time has not come yet. The time will come. But for now, let me just say that we really appreciate you. The competitiveness that Muthaiga shows drives the other clubs, including ourselves as Royal Nairobi Golf Club. It drives us all. It keeps us sharp, and it improves the quality of the tournament. So I appreciate Muthaiga for that effort, and I congratulate their chairman, Mr. Ronald Meru, who has performed very well the last 2 years. On behalf of Royal Nairobi Golf Club and all the participants in this event, I wish to acknowledge and appreciate our general sponsors, without whom we would not have had such a successful tournament, Easter tournament. The captain will be mentioning you individually, but please accept my very sincere appreciation for the very generous contributions that you have made towards making this event a reality. I have on the high table with me the chairman of Jamii Telecom, Mr. Joshua Chepkoni, and the country director of CHIPA, Mr. Leon Kiptum. Thank you very much, gentlemen. We also had a very vital role played by the tournament officials, the starters, the referees, the match and handicap committee, and the directors of Royal who are in charge of various activities. Thank you all for the very good job done. Referees, we know that it takes a lot of effort to run the tournament for us. We thank you and we appreciate you. And finally, there is the man who is at the center of everything, the man who has spent countless sleepless days and nights over the last few months planning this event and ensuring that it was a success. My special thanks to the Royal Nairobi Golf Captain for the year 2022, Mr. Stanley Kirui. Congratulations to the winning team and to all other teams. You are all winners simply by participating. Thank you all. Have a good afternoon. Have a happy Easter. God bless you all. God bless your clubs. And God bless Royal Nairobi Golf Club. Thank you.
Now, my pleasant duty to call upon Mr. Ken Mwangi, Chairman Mombasa Golf Club, our traditional guests at the Tannahill Shield, to reply on behalf of the participating clubs. Mr. Mwangi, karibu.
It gives me great pleasure standing in front of you this afternoon in this final ceremony of the Tannahill Shield 97th edition. The events of the last 3 days are a continuation of our two sisters club, Royal Nairobi Golf Club and Mombasa Golf Club, which was started by our forefather now about a century ago. It is a tradition that the members of these two clubs are very proud of and have every intention of not only upholding but perpetuating. Ladies and gentlemen, this year we have seen the addition of the seniors event, which has proved to be very popular with the members of this age category. It has also given the veterans of Tannahill a chance to relive the golfing moments of their yesteryears. Let us give a big clap to the initiators of this noble concept. Looking at the average scoring of these seniors, it is heartwarming to see good scores of below 90, and in a couple of cases, below 90. This goes to prove that golfers age grace-free. I hope that I will be speaking the mind of many by proposing that this event be upgraded to a two-round or a two-day event for maximum effect. I also would request or propose to the organizers to consider a playing format of match play as it is with the main Tannahill. Back to the Tannahill Shield, ladies and gentlemen. May I take this moment to congratulate the winners. Also to applaud all the participants without whose effort the winners would not have emerged. Team managers, the coaches, and officials, I salute you. The sponsors, led by the main sponsor, Jamii Telecom, your resources were the fuel that kept the event running. Thank you very much. The spectators, your presence and cheers was a great boost to the morale and the spirit of the players. Royal Nairobi Golf Club, thank you very much for once again organizing a very magnificent event. Ladies and gentlemen, as I finish, allow me to tell you a small thing about Mombasa Golf Club. Last year, after many years of planning and replanning, we initiated an irrigation project for our cause, which is now in the final stages of completion. Very soon, golfers will be able to enjoy an upgraded experience throughout the year on our fairways and greens. Next time that you'll be visiting the coast, you are welcome to Mombasa Golf Club for a round of golf, knowing that this is the only link course north of the River Limpopo and south of the Sahara. Nikimaliza, nasema asanteni sana na ninawatakia Easter jema. To our friends, to our Muslim friends, nasema Ramadan Kareem. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and may God bless you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you all know, the title sponsor of Tannahill 2022 is Jamii Telecom. But before I call upon the title sponsor to speak, I'd like to invite Mr. Leon Kiptum, Country Director, Cheaper Cash, to speak on behalf of the rest of the sponsors. Leon.
Royal Nairobi Golf Club, Mr. Bernard Moura, the captain, Mr. Stanley Kirui, our chief guest, Mombasa Golf Club, led by the chairman, Mr. Ken Mwangi, KGU chairman, Mr. Kiguru, all chairmen represented here today, all captains, golfers, guests, good afternoon. First of all, thank you, Captain, for giving me the opportunity to speak on behalf of all other sponsors. I'll speak a little bit about what we do at Cheaper Cash and then close that out. A story is told, and allow me to tell you a short story. Or at least there's a real story that happened, and this story has to do with some two young Africans who decided to go and seek further education in the United States of America. One of them was Ghanaian, and the other was Ugandan. When they arrived in the US, they did their education, they finished. They got jobs in Fortune 500 companies. And then they realized that they had a problem, and that problem was the problem of sending money back home. They had difficulties using the banks, using other solutions, and that is how Cheaper Cash was born. Cheaper Cash is a fintech, and what we do is cross-border payments. We enable Africans across the globe to move money freely to different countries. We are licensed in the US, in the UK. We've got licenses in Ghana, Uganda. We are working on our licenses in Kenya and Tanzania as well. Already licensed in South Africa and Rwanda. So if you're visiting any of those countries and you want to send money back to Kenya, then Cheaper Cash is your option. We are very proud to be associated with this particular tournament, especially because we are an African brand and it feels we are locally relevant for us to be here. We are keen on investing in engagements that stroke the passion points of Kenyans, such as golf, as a brand that connects people through e-commerce solutions, because that's what we do. We believe in the power of sports in building authentic connections and affection with the Kenyan people, as has been through the week. We were glad to have been here for the junior tournament for the Spirit of Tannahill on Saturday last week, and also for the 3 days of the Tannahill Shield. And we've seen authentic connections with people who had met before and people who had not met before, but they got to play against each other. Sports as a force for good is what we believe in. At Cheaper, our social purpose is all about changing lives and giving hope. And I think there's a lot of hope here. Our sponsorship of golf, and in this case, Tannahill, one of the biggest amateur golf events in sub-Saharan Africa, brings together the best amateur players across the country, contributing to the accessibility and development of local golf talent and future stars. We are bold in our commitment to partnerships for mutual growth. We are inspired by the younger generation's thirst for greatness, like the story of a young gentleman that we followed this week, the young Joroge Kibugu of Muthaiga Golf Club, who is actually a product of the Tannahill tournaments. We have seen him play here, and we're all glad to see him fly the flag of Kenya a few weeks ago. That's at the international stage. And being a global company, that really resonates with us as a brand. As one of the fastest growing fintechs in Africa, having achieved unicorn status earlier this year, we believe partnerships that mold and nurture explosive growth, especially amongst the youth. And therefore, I'd like to really congratulate the Royal Nairobi Golf Club for taking the junior Tannahill bit of this tournament very seriously. We are a futuristic brand. We are African. Beyond the pride of supporting a local golf tournament team that brings across different clubs from across the country, Tannahill has its roots from 1924. It offers a true reflection of Kenyan identity and a historical sense of our prestigious golf journey. It's a tournament we can call our very own. As a truly African brand, this tournament not only represents our proud past, but also represents the future of Kenya, which aligns with our brand values as an organization that is changing the future of payments through e-commerce. So we are looking forward to participating in this tournament in the future. And I'd like to make this commitment to the Royal Nairobi Golf Club that Cheaper Cash will be back in 2023, and we can discuss the modalities of that with the club. I want to thank the teams that participated. I want to thank everybody that made this tournament happen. And most importantly, to congratulate everybody that participated and the winning team that will be announced shortly. I really want to appreciate the teams because I got to play on Friday, and I understand that these conditions are crazy and it's actually very tense, the format of play. So thank you very much once again. Thank you to the rest of the sponsors that were here, led by JTL, by Mr. Joshua Chepkon, and also the rest of us that came in to support this particular tournament. We look forward to the coming year. May you enjoy the rest of the Sunday, the rest of the Easter, and good evening.
It is now my pleasure and great honor to invite the CEO and Chairman of Jamii Telcom, Mr. CK Joshua, who is the title sponsor of Tannahill 2022, to speak to us.
Yes. Really exciting to be standing in front of you, particularly after 7 years or so, Mr. Chairman. And we are looking forward for the years to come. Before I start my speech, because I'm not going to write a big speech myself, because you know me and you know us. But for purpose of protocol, may I first recognize the Chairman Bernard Maura of Royal Nairobi Golf Club, Captain of Royal Nairobi Golf Club Stanley Kirui, the Chairman of KGU, and in my discussions with him, he told me he's also the Chairman of KGF, Mr. Peter Guguru, who happened to be a friend of mine in another life. All chairmen of participating teams, the Chairman Emeritus of Royal Nairobi Club, I think they are there, and all previous captains, former captains of the Royal, and all participating teams and the captains of various clubs, and I think an all protocol observed. Ladies and gentlemen, this story of Tannahill in partnership with Jamii Telecom started in 2015. And one of the key areas that we wanted to focus was the youth. And the youth was an idea of 2015. We felt that it is an area that was very important to us, and we wanted to support the tournament, and that is why we have been supporting this tournament all the way 7 years or years 8 rounded up. I know in Njoroge, Kenya 1 must have been around 7 years or 8 years at that particular time, but right now you can see what has happened. The quest of us sponsoring the youth was particularly because we want to be global leaders, as we have been very good in sport athletics, but golf, for one reason or the other, we have not been able to win the Kenya Open. And it's a challenge to all of us. And we need to ask ourselves, what are these things that doesn't make us to be able to qualify to win the Kenya Open? It might not be something, a debate that needs to be looked at. And I want to recommend to Royal Nairobi Golf Club that we need to mentor the young youth, the young generations in a better way. We need to appoint people who look after them. They are exposed to different things. But in the process, if you don't appoint mentors, the challenge you have is that you will end up, the young man will end up, the young men and women, in this case I need to be sensitive because all women are also part of the youth. And I think that is an area where we need to put more effort so that we can progress the sport to the next level. We have ability, we have the potential to have great players in this country. What we have witnessed in the last 3 days is a very competitive sport. And you can see the scoring and the cheering up. So we can build this game, Tannahill. And I'm particular for Tannahill because I must congratulate the club, the previous leadership in the club, for sustaining this tournament. And we want to make it bigger. We want to make it inclusive. We want to see our families coming here in Easter to celebrate with all of us, because it gives us a unique experience. Kenya Open Kenya Open strategy's purpose of dealing with tourism, but this one is domestic. We are looking internal, and we can improve the capabilities of what we have, and we can showcase to the rest of the world that we are better also as well. You know, I was talking to one of the very oldest coaches, referees yesterday, and she mentioned something very interesting, and I think very encouraging to me and all of us, that the young generations who are playing golf now are combining both intellect and physicality to be able to exceed. So it means the potential of success is huge for all of us. Because ideally, you know, I was talking to the referee and she said, I've been here for a very long time, but I'm seeing something transforming in Kenya now. I'm seeing the parents are taking keen of this sport, and I'm seeing the young generations are putting more efforts to be able to transform themselves to the next level. So it is an opportune moment for all of us to make sure that we encourage our children, we encourage our boys and girls to be able to play this game, and we take the industry to the next level. And part of us, Jamii, we will be with you. We will be on the channel to you because our company is local company. All of you are our customers. I don't want to address, most of all of you are our customers, so I won't be specific to any individual. But I'm saying that the value of us wanting to support local events is the DNA of our closeness, because all of us are brothers and sisters. And we want to make sure that we create a big difference in what we do and transforming the country. Wellness is a good activity. That is why last year I requested the management of the club to allow senior people to be able to participate. Thank you very much for accepting. And I had an opportunity from a selfish interest part of it that I had to play myself. And I created an event for myself. So in the process, I'm happy that I want to request the club to give us certificates. Particularly we, the seniors who participated, we want to have those certificates of participation so that we can put it on the wall to showcase and brag a little bit and say, even we play Tannahill. You know, next year, I was discussing with the captain and the chairman. We'll be there. It's not a question of negotiating. We as Jamii will be there. Fiber will be there. Fiber is part of your company. It's Kenyan. We will be there and we want to do it better. Every year we will sit together with the management and do an action review on how we perform this year and say, what can we do better next year to improve the event, so that, because I'm meeting friends, I'm meeting families, I'm meeting it is something that we need to build it and how to psych the nation. Next year, I hope we'll be able to agree with them to be able to see how can we improve publicity for the event so that we can have more Kenyans come to watch and walk with us along the golf course. Because it is a beautiful day, it's a beautiful experience, and it's beautiful to watch our children doing great things, our brothers and sisters doing the great things of it. So ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to say that, why I like Tannahill. The tradition is good. And we will always want to protect tradition, because tradition is good. But I like also the rules of the game, because it's specifically tailor-made for a team sport. You have to play. I was playing with my friend Kamure, and sometimes when he makes a mistake and he draws a ball to a bunker, luckily enough, I could not get annoyed because I know he'll do me better by driving long. I balance it. So I saw even Master Met and other guys. I don't name all of you. I was so excited about it. And all of you are great people of this republic. I don't know if there is any other place where I'm so excited about seeing fellow Kenyans with no discrimination, enjoying ourselves, and feeling the greatness of the sport has united us all as a better nation. And we have an opportunity to do it better and expand this opportunity for our fellow Kenyans by making sure that we will be trying to use relationship across the political spectrum to see, we want to see developments of golf academies the sports fund is there. Why can it not fund academy on some of these clubs? And we are paying taxes as citizens of this republic. We want them to be developed. We don't want to see. We will talk to friends and we'll talk to whoever who are political policy makers and make sure that things are going to be better. Ladies and gentlemen, because I know you want lunch and I won't leave this podium without mentioning the winning team, Modaiga. I'm encouraging you because I always tell you a chairman is my boy. And I always tell him that, I've also requested Royal, and I'm going to declare publicly here that they are going to go for a training camp retreat to make sure they win the trophy next year. They must win. But equally, I'm also telling the rest of the other teams like VetLab, in fact, congratulations to VetLab as well for winning the the tournament of the youth. So I think they are great. They did well. And Royal, you did well this time. Last time you were number 5. I think you are better this time. So you also deserve congratulations. And Karen, I am happy that you are not the last this time. and I hope the rules will favor you so that we can have a tournament to play next year. Because you had some good. So, gentlemen, you know, I might not have, I don't control the rules, but I can only say that I appeal to the team to say, maybe one of these days we can make it inclusive with East Africa, add some teams so that we can make it better, because it is a good experience. We need to share. We need to be proud of this experience we are showing at Tannahill. There is no other experience like amateur competition like this one in this part of the world. And we need to be very proud of it because we have done it. And you are great. All of you are great. I want a round of applause to every participant, whether a referee, whether a player, whether those who were supporting us in terms of the media, the photo state, the cameras. We had experience to take a memories of our lifetime. Make sure you take photos and enjoy yourself. May God be with you, and may God be good to all of you and your families. Thank you. Thank you very much.
The CEO and Chairman of Jamii Telcom, for those very encouraging words. We have taken note of them, and I can assure you that we are going to put them into consideration as we plan for the next tournament. As for certificates of participation for the seniors, that one I can guarantee they shall be available this week. So, in addition to Jamii Telcom and Chipa Cash, who have already spoken, we also received very generous sponsorship and support from Rentco Africa through our friend Robert Nyasimi. Thank you very much, First Assurance, Stephen Loconyo. Great appreciation to Crown Paints through Mr. Rakesh Rao. Thank you, CPF Financial Services through Steve Lugalia. Safaricom through Mr. Peter Muteru. Next Technologies, thanks to Mr. Tom Uchina. East Africa Breweries, always supporting golf, a big hand. Kenyatta National Hospital, thank you, Dr. Kamuri. AAR Healthcare, thank you very much, our member and former director, Charles Karaoke. Sakura Group, our security service provider, and Coca-Cola. Gentlemen, let's maintain silence so that we can make this go fast. Could I invite our chairman, Mr. Bernard Mwaura, to give a token of appreciation to our sponsor, starting with Rentco. And finally, one for Jamii Telcom. This is one of the most important amateur team golf events in Kenya and the region. Certainly the most exciting. This event is played under the auspices of the KGU, and it is now my great pleasure to welcome and invite the chairman of KGU, Mr. Peter Kuguru, to address the sitting.
The chairman, Royal Nairobi Golf Club, Mr. Bernard Mwaura, my friend. Captain, Mr. Stanley Kirui, sorry. Past chairman, past captains of Royal Nairobi Golf Club, all chairmen, vice chairmen, all captains, vice captains, sponsors, headed by the title sponsor, Jamii Telcom, represented by the chairman, C.K. Joshua, Chipakash, represented by the country director, Leon Kiptum, KGU executives present here, members of the fourth estate, golfers, guests, good afternoon. Good afternoon once again. It is with great pleasure for me to be here this afternoon for the prize giving of the Tannahill Shield tournament, as usual hosted by Royal Nairobi Golf Club. As you are aware, Tannahill Shield was started in 1924, and therefore this is its 97th edition. And this was started by Major Arthur Tannahill, who invited other 5 clubs in that inaugural event. And the clubs that were invited then were Nakuru, Kiambu, Nyeri, Mombasa, and Muthaiga. This tournament is no doubt one of the prestigious events, amateur events in the country, in Africa and the rest of the world. And just for your information is that this tournament is older than Ryder Cup. Ryder Cup was started in 1927, which is 3 years after Tannahill. I would like to congratulate the winners who are Muthaiga Golf Club. And there has always been questions that have been raised without answers, and at least up to now there is no answer. And the question is, who is the home of golf, and who is the home of real golf? But going by the tenor of this tournament and also other prestigious events held in other clubs, I leave that to answer to yourselves, which is the real home of golf. This tournament is played by senior amateurs in this country. And each and every club gives or endorses its best amateurs in the country. And therefore, this is an event of the best golfers in Kenya. And this cannot and will not proceed unless each of these clubs have a very elaborate junior program. And the winning of Muthaiga for the last 2 years and other years has not been a fluke. It has just been because of the fact that Muthaiga put in their junior program much earlier than everybody else, and this is what is paid fruits now. And we as Kenya Golf Union, we are paying a lot of attention to junior golf development. And we have put programs in place today to just make sure that in the coming years, we will have very, very good players, starting from the juniors to middle-level amateurs. And it is our commitment to the country, as KGU, that we will have a winner of Magical Kenya Open before the year 2030. And it is also a commitment we have made that we will have players playing in the 2028 Olympics. And I can tell you for a fact, the support that we are getting from government, the support we are getting from the corporate sector like JTL and others will no doubt take us to that level. We have just started our international tournaments. The last tournament, the first tournament we held was in Cairo that ran from the 28th to 31st, and this was for the All Africa Junior Golf Team Championship, where Kenya ranked 4th, behind South Africa, behind Morocco, Zimbabwe, and then Kenya. And the winner for both the junior boys and girls was South Africa. And South Africa, it is because, again, of the program, junior programs that they have put in place. And in my discussions with the presidents of those federations, we are on the right track, and that is why I'm very confident that we'll be able to meet the commitments we've made to the country. I would also like to just request you to put a standing ovation for Mutahi Kibugu. As you are aware, he's the only one who made cut in MKO. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. As I was saying, he's the only one who made cut in MKO this year. And besides that, in the All Africa Junior Golf Team Championship, in the individual category, he ranked third, behind South Africa, behind Morocco. And everywhere in Egypt, everybody wanted to know who Kibugu is and what he's been doing to his golf. Well done, Mutahi Kibugu. Just to highlight a few things in terms of how we will be running the junior golf. We've already got waiver of duty on the golf development equipment. We are up and running with the Renana Academy, and our Cabinet Secretary for Sports has already held very fruitful discussions with the CEO of European Tour, Mr. Keith Perry, to put up a public golf course at Kasarani. So those are some of the developments that are happening. Lastly, I would like to thank the sponsors and Royal Nairobi Golf Club for putting up such a good event. A lot of work has been put into this event, course preparation, the hospitality that we've got from Royal Nairobi Golf Club, Mr. Chairman, is enormous, and we can't be taken for granted. I would also like to thank the referees who helped in this tournament. These are SK Mwaura, David Kihara, Nzioki Mwangeli, Vincent Wangombe, and Rosemary Dolan. I am sure, because of the rules of golf that KGU is imparting into clubs, there were very few issues in the course. Thank you very much. And we as KGU will continue to support you as clubs. And we have no doubt that the game of golf will grow very much in this country. Thank you very much. And may you all enjoy a good afternoon and happy Easter. Thank you very much.
A tournament of this magnitude cannot be organized single-handedly. I've had tremendous support from across the membership. And I want to acknowledge the chairman and the board of Royal Nairobi Golf Club for their support in the preparation for this tournament. I want to thank all the members of RNGC who rallied behind the Easter tournament. Asanteni sana. I want to thank a very special person, Mr. Paul 30, together with Captain Gudial Panasa. As you all know, Mr. Daljit Bavra, who has been handling the scoreboard for the past 45 years, was not able to do it this year. And I have great respect for the two gentlemen who stepped in to cover for Bau. Thank you. We wish Bau a quick return to good health. I also want to thank the Royal Team Manager and Club Pro, Mr. Alfred Nandwa. Thank you to Pro Ken Bolo and husband Kutwa for putting together the team. My Tannahill committee, what can I say? Willie Mastermet, who was also a player. Mr. George Makori, who unfortunately cannot be with us today because he lost his dad. Mr. Engineer Gisheru Kimani, thank you very much. Edwin Kinisu, very special thanks. Past Captain Darshan Mistry, he's not here with us, he's traveled, but he supported us a lot. Mr. Geoffrey Rono, also a member of the committee. What can I say? Past captains, past chairman, Mr. Pauli Changi, among the others. We have our Chief Marshal, Mr. Peter Ndungu, well done. Dr. Wycliffe Owino, thank you very much. What can I say? The honorary greenkeeper, I think you'll all agree with me, the greens and the tee boxes were in great shape. Thanks to John Odhiambo. And our Vice Captain, Mr. Peter Mwangi, worked very hard together with the course staff. Our General Manager, Jacob Omondi, together with his F&B team, Eric Nzioka, the golf administrators, Mildred Malubi, and Ndunge, the communications and marketing team, Sali Mwasaru and Max Mariga, the finance manager, Oliver Nyawanga, and all their teams who worked very hard to make sure this event was a success. Edwin Kinisu again, for the first time we had live coverage of the scores. Thank you for the volunteer services. Last but not least, I'd like to appreciate Mr. Sati Sekon. He was the chairman in 2002. He's traveled all the way from Australia to attend this function. It's a long list to recognize, but Josiah Mwangi for media liaison, well done. Our tournament referees led by Mr. Vincent Wangombe. And to all the participating teams. I mean, without you, we would not have the tournament that is called Tannahill. Please clap for yourselves. Finally, gentlemen, we have come to the pleasant task of announcing the results of this year's tournament. I shall announce the results in reverse manner. Coming joint 8th, amassing a total of 23 points over 3 days. Vet Lab Sports Club. Coming in joint 8th, also amassing a total of 23 points over the 3 days. Karen Country Club. Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like this year we had very many ties. The competition was very stiff. Joint 6th, amassing a total of 26 points over the 4 rounds. Sigona Golf Club. Okay. Tied with Sigona on 26 points over the 4 rounds. Their neighbors, Limuru Country Club. Coming in 5th on their own, amassing 30 points over the 3 days, an average of 10 points per day. Our traditional guests, Mombasa Golf Club. Well done, Mombasa. Well done. I think that's an improvement from last year. Coming in fourth on their own, amassing 35 points over 3 days. Western Kenya team. Well done, Western. As you can all see, the competition was very stiff. We have a joint runner-up. We have 2 teams that tied for runner-up position, amassing a total of 36 points over the 4 rounds. Kenya Railway Golf Club.
Just for the record, there's no second round.
Silence, please. I've been informed by my seniors that there's no prize for the second team, so don't over-celebrate. Tied second. Also with 36 points over 4 rounds. The hosts, Royal Nairobi Golf Club. Gentlemen, I want to remind you that this is a formal ceremony, so anyone who is not formally dressed, please leave the room. I know it's been a long 3 days. Gentlemen, the winners of the Tannahill Shield 2022, the 97th edition, after amassing a total of 53 points over 3 days, Muthaiga Golf Club. Congratulations to Muthaiga. Well done for a great show. I think you didn't leave anything to chance, and you truly deserve it. I'd like to invite the chairman and CEO of Jamii Telcom to give the mugs to the following players of Muthaiga. The winners' mugs. The winners' mugs shall go to Mr. Taimur Malik. Following Taimur Malik, our superstar, Njoroge Kibugu. Next is Mr. Ni Chandaria. Bhavnish Chandaria. The next gentleman is on loan from Royal to Muthaiga, Mr. Bo Sierra. A junior player, Mr. Daniel Kiragu. Next is Kavit Paku. Kushil Natwani. Veteran John Gitonga. And finally, Aman Sodi. Dr. Kaisha. To receive the Tannahill Shield from the sponsor.
The team. The Tannahill tournament, with its rich history and its place in the amateur golf and all that has been spoken about it and its glory, deserves a huge hand of appreciation from all of us. So let's give a clap to everyone associated with the Tannahill. Having said that, with the glorious kind of tournament that is being hosted at the Royal Nairobi Golf Club, I want to thank Royal, but also let them know that for the history of a club of royal stature, numbers, and capabilities, I think for a tournament of this magnitude, going forward, and Muthaiga Golf Club is offering support, let us improve the playing surface. Let us improve the playing surface. We offer support. Okay? But thank you very much. The tournament is great.